As you can see, this is a massive boat here, and this thing takes up a lot of space. So come along, we're gonna design the perfect Morton building for this big boat, an area where we can keep it, keep all of our tackle, and have a great place to store it and have some great times. So today's goal is we're going to show you how to use the Morton Buildings 3D Studio, and we're going to help design a Morton building here for my parents at their house. As you can see, you saw the boat earlier, the big 30-foot center console, and you know, we're paying a lot of money to store this boat off-site. It's a pain to go put it in storage, take it out, and we're paying a pretty penny for it. So we're hoping what we've got here, my parents actually have a double lot, so they've got this big area of yard space, and who wants to mow when we can put a big shop here? So we're hoping to design a shop here, and then from there we'll get with Morton and get the details going and hopefully get this thing built. So for me, I'm a visual learner. When I built my shop, we did what we call the napkin sketch, and I did numerous ones of those. First, it started out very, very raw. Then it got to a little more precise where I had the ruler out and all that and got it drawn up. But let's go to the 3D Studio here and let's sketch it out on the computer and make it very precise. So we're going to go onto the 3D Studio here, and what we're looking for is we're looking for a shop that will hold this center console and all of our fishing tackle and still have room to move around. So we're going to start out with a width of 30 foot wide. The boat's approximately on the trailer is 10 foot wide. So you obviously want some width on both sides for moving around. And even that, we might be able to squeeze the bay boat in there. And then 40 foot long, because, you know, boat motor and trailer, I think is like 35, 36. So you need a little bit clearance on the front and back. So starting with a 30 to 40 foot shop, and then height, that's the one that I don't quite understand. So hopefully this is going to help us with that. I know the boat on the trailer is approximately, I think like the top of it where you get onto the radar, I think we're at like 13 feet. So we'd need a 14-foot door. So me not being an expert, I'm just going to go with the height in the center at 20 feet. And I guess from the engineering side of it, that doesn't work, but 18 feet does. And I would assume for the height of my boat, that should be plenty of height in there. So, so there we go. We've got a 30-foot width, 40-foot length, and an 18-foot height on there. And that's got a 4-degree pitch on the roof. So here we go. Let's go in and let's kind of play with some of the colors just to see what they look like, and kind of go from there. Just kind of see what the look of it would be. The one we have now is black, you know, black roof with black trim and then gray on it. I would think being here in Florida, whatever we could do to make it less heat attracting, so anything to make it cooler. So I really like the silver roof. I think that would not draw as much heat as obviously as the black. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with the silver roof, and then just everything else for right now, we're just going to go with white. We're not locked into those. I just want to see more of the shape and the layout of the shop itself. So it's actually looking pretty good so far. And, you know, next on there is I think we can go in and we can add what we might want. We might want some windows or the doors in certain places, a man door or whatever. So obviously the most important door is going to be the door on the front, which would be, you know, where we're going to put, you know, back the boat into it and, you know, go from there. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a automatic door on the front of it to, you know, be able to allow this boat to go in there. Actually, let's go with let's just do it a little bit oversized. Let's do a 14 by 14 foot door. That'd give us a little bit extra more clearance room, and you know, as long as it's centered, kind of go from there. So we've got our main front door to put the boat in the shop on the front, and now we're going to drag over to the side here, and we're going to put a man door on the what would be the east side of our shop, or the left side wall that they call it. Okay, so what we've done on the left side wall is we've added 9 light door. So it's basically a door with some windows in it, and we can drag it wherever we want to on there. I think just from us looking at it, I kind of like it up there towards the front of it a little bit. So we added our door here. We made it black just so it stands out and you can easily see it. So on the left side wall, which would be the east side of our shop, there's what it is. So now the next thing is to add some windows in it just for natural light, because the windows make a big difference and you'll be able to see out and all that. So basically, I think from each of the walls we're going to add a window. So I accidentally added 3. We're just going to go with 2. So we're just going to delete the third one. We've got 2 windows in there on this side. So then on the back wall that faces the canal, we're just going to add 1 window back there, and then just put 1 on the west side or the right wall. So we've got 1 over there as well. So we've got a window on each side, and I think we've kind of got an idea of what we're looking for. So what we're going to do on the front is we're going to add an eyebrow over the big main shop door, just to keep, the rainy summer days and all that, keeping the rain out just a little bit if you've got the door open. And, you don't want to get soaking wet going in and out of the shop. So we're going to add an eyebrow over the front, and then we're going to put 1 over the little side door as well, and add a little more cosmetics to it as well. So there we have it. We've got the eyebrows added and starting to look pretty. Oh, sorry, I accidentally moved the big door off to the side, so we're going to slide it back over there on the front where it needs to be. So there it is, and it's looking good. So how easy is that? If you make a mistake, you just slide it over and it's corrected. And this is definitely much easier and way more precise than me drawing it, that's for sure. Okay, so there it is. I have my first draft on the outside. So I'm really excited about this, but here's what's really cool. Let's go take a look on the inside now. We're going to go into the interior and check it out from the inside. So I know you almost hear this every single time, that everybody says, I wish I would have made it bigger. So here's one of the best features with this, to make sure you're building it to size to make it fit for our boat. And everybody says they wish they'd have made it bigger, but they've got this add for scale in there. So this is a really cool feature to make sure you've got the size right. I get to draw up a boat and put it inside the shop. So it's really awesome that you can go in here and you can basically set the measurements of the boat to see how it's going to fit in here. So here's another good part. You can scale it to size, save it, and then email it to yourself and go back to it and work on it yourself later.